after this, okay?
Okay.
Right. So, those who are listening, in advance, I would like to thank you. My name is Sandra Ferrell, and I'm located at FCI Aliceville, Alabama. 1874, the day I was raped by my biological father and many others that were steered to me by my father, and what followed were years of torment, nightmares, agony, and defeat. Of those rapes, I became pregnant at the age of a clinic. Then hopeless and helpless, knowing who the father might be, led me to overdose on Percocet, and I was hospitalized for several days in Kari Hospital. Allow me a few minutes of your time to share my story to what led me to prison. Growing up in a home where my mother was severely battered and behind closed doors I was being raped, left no room for safety. On my crime, which happened in May of 1998, I was asked by my father repeatedly to me to run away from home to escape his not beating my mother. I tell my mom, whom was own condition of torment, and she once loved, was raping her only daughter. And he earned and saved. I bought a plane ticket to Boston. That family member, on my arrival, was hooked on drugs and living in a life that I was running from. Not trusting my safety with a family member, up on the streets, finding vacant lots to sleep in grocery stores in order to had nowhere to go, where to turn. Agency available with resources, color, and aid. And I was taken in by the Boston Police Department as a runaway. Using to reveal the whereabouts of my parents and home, I was placed in various foster homes prior to permanent residence with the pastor and his wife until the age of 19 and on the birth of my first child. At the same time, I was living with the pastor and his wife, discovering my whereabouts. My dad relocated back to Dorchester and the school I was attending. Think of his unexpected grabbed me in a sexually threatening manner that caused me to react in self-defense mode. As a result, on July 22, 1886, Molotov cocktail was thrown at the house my father was residing in. I was charged with 2 counts of threats, burning up a dwelling, and assault and battery. Guilty, the judge sentenced me 5 to 7 years probation. Learning of the existence of sexual assault, the judge called my father and I into his chambers, spoke privately to my dad, and then sealed my record. The former case is coupled with a true bill indictment in regards to my father's best friend, on the man my father steered to me, and on 85, and my last time ever being forced into acts against my will, I reported to the authorities in a true bill and jury returned on August 6th by my father and his friend to drop the charges, and me refusing to dismiss charges against his friend. Walking one night to my foster family's home, father's friend drove up alongside Anthony and I. At some point, forced us to climb into his car. Unprepared for the outcome insofar as preparing for our death, the car was pulled over by a Boston police officer. The stop was based on the color of the car being reported stolen. Immediately observed that I was hysterical and shaking. All 3 of us were asked to exit the car and wait while the records check was conducted. Response to questioning about matters unrelated to the officers about the rape, the grand jury.
This call is from a federal prison.
About the rape, the grand jury, and the gun he used to force us in the car. During the traffic stop, Anthony stated that the officer that had this been in the biblical days, known to death. It was used to marshal an indictment against us. Charges of conspiracy to commit murder and assault with intent to commit murder were brought in retaliation due to my refusal to drop the charges against him. Filed a motion seeking a speedy trial. On May 15, 2002, the prosecutor, nolo pro, absence of the above-mentioned mitigating factors, 2001 trial led the trial judge to sentence me to life. Fast forward. For kids on my own, and then us were 8, 9, and 10 years old. Son came to me holding his privates, stating that he hurt there. I asked him why did his privates hurt. After a brief conversation, he told me the sitter hurt him. I asked him how did the sitter hurt him. Privates in her mouth and pulled too hard. I called for my 2 oldest boys and asked them had they been hurt by the sitter. The oldest son said privates in her mouth and pulled on it. Was to help her undress and demonstrated how she wanted them to touch her and used their mouth on her privates to satisfy her. Scared, hurting, combined with the images in my head caused me to snap. I'm by rage, and I acted on that rage. Reminded me of my own childhood and all into my own hands, not thinking of the repercussions or consequences. At that moment, all I could see was the pain on the faces of those I loved. The person that raped my boys became the victim. Thought I was protecting my kids. I was wrong. And 5 years of separation from them taught me to see the world through a different set of eyes. I have had 25 years to think about the crime I committed where a life was taken. 1 up years. I did 10 when the crime was committed. Today, I am almost 55 years old, and my children are 32, 33, and 35 with children on their own. I've spent more than 25 years living a nightmare of bad memories, regret, hurt, shame, and disappointment. I do or say is my sincere apologies. Full acceptance and lives and families were as we all know, this choice came with a price. 5 years absent from the function with motive for protecting. Past 25 years, I have worked hard to make the most time and offered throughout the BOP aimed at aid and re-entry. BOP sponsor program. I've been elevating myself twice by using the learned coping skills, managing and understanding trauma, nightmares, and stress while emotionally staying regulated. In terms of post-sentencing, marketable skills while working at Unicor. Model inmate, I've had minimal disciplinary actions over the many years I've been in prison. My record is absent of violence. Designated me as a low risk to offend. I was certified through the Department of Labor as an ISO auditor, and I've been in quality assurance for 15 years of my incarceration. I'm also skilled in textile, automatic data processing, operator, and material handler. I watch companions. Opportunity, purpose. Help others who have lived the life I have, and no one to help them. Who will not have to go through what I've been through. A crime does not define the person I've grown into today. 5 years of incarceration hasn't upon release. My efforts to rehabilitate and return to society. All of you that are listening, for my trials and tribulations, God saw my tears. Whatever you're facing knows how you feel.
This call is from a federal prison.
He knows how you feel. God works out everything for the purpose. God for helping me to understand. I am supported upon successful. I release plans to ensure I am successful. I'm seeking legal. Outside contact is Walker at 2545. Or you can reach me through Counselor Powers, Colette, and Cruz. 5,000. That's it.